Please subscribe to Facetv Africa and turn the notification on. Facetv Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, subscribe, hete.
Face TV was Swoby.
Good day, welcome to this broadcast. Yes, it is an interesting time to use the social media because of the engagement you get from daily developing reports. This time, the topic of focus is about the general overseer of the Deepak Life Christian Ministry, that is Pastor William Kumuyi, who recently in a broadcast in Osun State while preparing for their yearly program said that he believes that God will build Nigeria through the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the current breed of ministers in his cabinet. As the news broke out, the matter since has become a topical issue and an issue of debate on social media platforms. Many Nigerians are not taking it lightly with the pastor. Many are cancelling the pastor over that statement because many believe that the past elections has brought trauma and pain to many voters, especially some set of people who believe that they were disenfranchised and they were told not to vote during the election. So you believe these people will not take this lightly. According to the report, the founder of and general superintendent of Deepak Christian Life Ministry, Pastor Williams Kumuyi, on Tuesday charged Nigerians to support President Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, saying the country would witness good things through him and his cabinet members. The clergyman who gave the charge at the press conference heralding Global Crusade with Kumuyi, a 6-day crusade slated to hold between 24th and 29th August in Osogbo, posited that God will perform a miracle in the hearts of our leaders and their hearts will be towards the people, and the wisdom to lead us and do everything that will benefit us as a country. If we support and accept them, and if we are not criticizing their every step, we believe that God will walk through them and use them as instruments to build our nation. Let's forget the past. It's a new day, and I believe we all believe that we are going to see new things for our country through our president and the members of the cabinet. Good things will happen. You see, those ministers that have been chosen in the cabinet are not new people. They have never done anything. If you look at them one by one, you'll see the good things they have done, either as state governors or as other ministers. And I would say they have been carefully chosen and support of Nigerians to succeed in their new assignment. I will take exception from this. They need the prayer and support of Nigerians to succeed in their new assignment. Nigerians have been praying, and over the decades, despite the prayers, Nigeria has never been better or had a better yesterday. Instead, Nigerians have been praying. I think there are other things we need to do aside prayer. We need to put our minds to work, put on our thinking cap, and do what is needed, do the right things that we need to do. So I take exception of Nigeria needs to pray, and at the end of the day, when you pray and you don't take action, it's just going back to square one. He also told the members that God will never forsake you. There are problems, yes. That's why we come with miracles and solutions, and the miracles and solutions will start with us here. We are transmitting this to the rest of the whole country, and the crusade will witness miracles and solutions to all problems of life. Wow, that's the statement from the General Superintendent of the Deepak Christian Life Ministry, Pastor Williams Kumuyi. Many people didn't take this lightly. They just took it with a pinch of salt. They believe that is the ordinary prophecy that we've heard over the years. And you see, lately, prior to the election and also post-election, we have seen different pastors come with different prophecies that at the end of the day, they don't come to pass. At the end of the day, they seem to try to explain to us more about the prophecy than when they first said it. Probably when it doesn't come to pass, they will just try to explain to you in details, like, you didn't understand this prophecy, you didn't understand what I was saying at that point in time. This is what I was saying. We heard you clear, very clear. But you see, such revelation by the clergyman has not been taken lightly with so many people and so many interests. We know that religion is a difficult terrain, and it's difficult to say this is the truth in religion. This is a truth because we have denominations, different denominations in Nigeria, and we have the way they interpret the truth differently from each other. If you want to look at Kumuyi's message broadcast to Nigeria from the perspective of other political parties that are dragging this case in court, believe you me, they will not agree that they need to continue with the current regime. They believe that the right thing must be done. They believe that pastors should at least speak the truth to power and don't tell us to forge ahead when we have the foundation is being destroyed and every other thing. But still, when you look at the elections, 8 million persons, according to INEC report, voted for the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So these 8 million persons, amongst them are Muslims and Christians, and they attend churches and they have different ideology. So it is very difficult to start saying this is what is supposed to be and this is the truth. Okay, let's look at when you bring religion into politics, there is bound to be stepping on toes. Religion in itself has denominations, different doctrines and beliefs. There is difficulty saying this is the only truth in religion. Top pastors in the country have prophesied and said so many things about Nigeria, but we are still waiting for those prophecies to come to pass. There have been prophecies to the Naira that the Naira will rise if the IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, likes it or not. There has been a prophecy, but we are still waiting for that prophecy to come to pass. And also, one Father Mbaka said that Buhari is the one that God used to liberate Nigeria, but we are still waiting. The charismatic Father Mbaka who prophesied about Buhari has since kept mute. No system is perfect. This is why we need to pray for our leaders. Politicians are usually the same, especially in Nigeria. So we still need to pray for them, regardless of how bad they think they are. Yar'Adua, who confessed that the election that brought him was fraudulent, still performed as a president, if not one of the best amongst Nigerian presidents. Having said that, Dubai in 1986 was a desert when Pastor Kumuyi, then as a young pastor, said we should pray for Nigeria. The bitter truth now is that Dubai is a World Heritage Site, booming in economy and infrastructure, whilst Nigeria then, with our vast mineral resources, currently we are drowning in debt of about trillions of naira. No infrastructure, the economy is bad, Nigerians are suffering, there's hunger, and the churches are increasing in numbers. We have prayer houses and churches increasing in numbers while the country goes down. I think it is an irony when these things happen. So in 1986, when Kumuyi was a young pastor, he prayed for Nigeria, and 37 years now, you can see the situation is different. So what is the problem? Yes, I know many people believe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can transform Nigeria with a renewed hope mantra. It is understandable, but I think it is not just prayer that can change things, but we need to put a little human effort. The Bible says faith without work is dead. Like, if you have faith and you're not putting an action to it, it's not going to amount to anything. So Nigerians need to come together and make sure the country works, not just prayer, because just praying might just not yield the result expected. Other countries do pray, but they do the necessary things. They do the needful that they need to do after praying. Okay, if we don't put our minds to do what is right, I don't believe Nigeria will ever change. President Tinubu has chosen his ministers and is ready to hit the ground running. Already he's running. We should pray for the government, but the clergyman did not tell us the type of prayer. See, this is our sentiment. What people disagree when it comes to what Kumuyi said is the fact that we should forget the past and forge ahead. The question is, should we forget the past if we want to forge ahead? Or how do we forget when we haven't learned from the past? Or have we learned from the past? If the past has been repeating itself in Nigeria for several years, why do we still need to move on without dealing with the past or dealing with the problem that the past has given us? In his words, he said, if we support and accept them, if we are not criticizing their every step, we believe that God will walk through them and use them as instruments to build our nation. Let's forget the past. This is a new day, and I believe we all believe that we are going to see new things for our country through our president and the members of the cabinet. Good things will happen. This he said in Osun State. It's a recent report. So some people are arguing that this is an old video. No, it's not an old video. You can't check the video. It's a recent report where he was speaking. They are having a program in August, I believe 29th, a retreat in August 29th. So he spoke prior to that retreat. That is the board of contention now is that many people believe that pastors have become the problem of the country. Instead of calling out evil, calling out corruption, and standing with the side of justice and fairness, they have resorted to adapt to the status quo. So that's what it is believed. Look at the reactions on Twitter. I think, personally, I think we need to pray for our leaders. I think we need to, from our own end, start doing the right things and not really criticize people when we can't do what is needful for ourselves, for our community and those people around us. It's not easy being a president. It's not easy being in governance. The foundation in the country is destroyed. Let's see how we can build a foundation, and let's not do it by throwing tantrums, saying all sorts of words against our leaders. You can do it by dialogue and diplomacy. You can do it by praying for them so that their hearts will change for the better. We believe Buhari was Mr. Integrity, but at the end of the day, he failed the Nigerians. So if you think the approach you are going to use is just gra 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 gra, my brother, according to Burna Boy, without evidence, you go explain tire. We believe that our pastor should do well to speak through to power and not just say pray, pray, pray.
Those ministers that have been chosen in the cabinet, they are not new people that have never done anything. If you look at them one by one, you'll see the good things they've done. If we support them, if we are not, criticizing every step and they don't know where to stand, if we accept them and we believe that God will work through them, He'll use them as instruments to build our nation, let's forget the past.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, subscribe,
Face TV was Swoby.